Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So in front of us is the 2023 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. This model is finished off in Boulder Gray, and they have an MSRP just shy of $47,000. Now let's start off today's review with what powers the Nissan Frontier, because of all the brand new midsize trucks, this is the only one that still offers the naturally aspirated engine. This is a 3.8 liter V6 paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and this pumps out 310 horsepower, 281 pound-feet of torque, primarily sent to those rear wheels. However, it has the four-wheel drive system, being the Pro 4X. This weighs in right around 4,600 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds, has a top speed of 112 miles an hour. And as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking right around 17 miles per gallon in the city and 22 out on the highway. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, let's start off with the matte black trim piece that surrounds this grille. So Frontier is also stamped in that piece, but it has a really nice design to it. All of the cutouts in the mesh there will provide a lot of cooling to that engine too. Nissan badge is finished off in orange with the forward-facing camera. Now, interestingly enough, you can only use the forward-facing camera in 4 low. So when you're off the pavement, you have that extra trail assistance and visibility. Lower section of the bumper has even more cutouts with some brush trim. Skid plates are also up underneath. And then the Pro 4X package provides the red tow hooks. Interesting to see red and orange in the same area or general area. Now, this does have LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals, along with the LED fog lights, and some nice lines that run down both sides of the hood. Gives it a really aggressive appearance for this smaller size truck, especially adding the fact that we have a larger or better approach angle. As you can see, most of that front tire there with the bumper design, which is great for those off-roading situations. Now, as we work our way to the side, really nice set of 18-inch wheels with that multi-spoke design wrapped in a all-season tire. And this has the Bilstein suspension, a little bit of a lift kit over a normal Frontier. Now, the fender flares are finished off in plastic, body-colored side mirrors with the camera system. There's also a sunroof up top. There's the matte black vinyl separating the windows there, just to tie them in nicer. Some great lines in the lower side skirts. This is the double cab with the shorter bed. Pro 4X is also on the side with the side exit exhaust on the passenger side there. As we finish up in the rear, Frontier is stamped in the lower section of the tailgate. Nothing new for the mid-size truck market, even full-size trucks. Nissan badge with the backup camera, body-colored bumper with all these sensors. This can tow right around 6,400 pounds, which is a little bit less, being the Pro 4X having the off-road suspension, but nonetheless still pretty healthy. Let's take a listen though, because this does have remote start. And you can use that button to shut it off if needed. But as we work our way to the bed space, this does have a locking tailgate. So you do have to unlock the vehicle in order to gain access to this tailgate, where this has the spray and bed liner. So a lot of protection, all of the channels for the tie down hooks, so you can put in a lot of items. There's the 3-prong outlet on that passenger side, and a few other hooks and spots where you can add some items if needed. There's also these circles in the tailgate itself. You could place drinks there, maybe pens, pencils, whatever you're working on can fit in some of these channels. And it's a pretty light tailgate to close up. Now, as we work our way to the back seats, for this Pro 4X, we have a nice interior with the leather and the red stitching, some matte black trim, speaker in the lower section, along with a little bit of storage space. And for these seats, black leather with all the red stitching, really nice design to them. What I love about these seats too is for a mid-sized truck, you have added storage up underneath where you can lock that into place. Now, having the Fender audio, this has the sub located on this side. If you don't have the audio system, that is another bin just like over on this other seat. So that bin extends all the way to the door, giving you a lot of hidden space. Now, you do have to release this seat to lock it back down. But at 5'10", I have a good amount of space in the back. Plenty of room for my feet and my legs. There's some auxiliaries in the middle. I have plenty of space for my head too. And then there's the armrest and 2 cup holders in the middle. This does have a manual sliding rear glass. Interesting to note that it is not power operated, but I have a good amount of room. These seats are pretty upright, not really all that different from other midsize trucks, but I could ride around town, maybe go on a small road trip, but it's practical for this size. Now for the front door panels, you'll see this orangish red piece surrounding that trim piece up top with a carbon fiber like trim right in the middle. A lot more storage space down below, all the window adjustments, side mirror adjustments too. For the front seats, driver's seat is power operated, manual adjusting for that passenger side. Pro 4X is right in the middle. No lumbar support for either seat, which is interesting to note. Now for the steering wheel, it's finished off in leather with all the red stitching. Left side, there's audio adjustments along with volume, Bluetooth, and voice commands. We have cruise and the distance pacing on that right side. But let's fire this back up so we can go over the gauge cluster setup, where on the left side is the tach and the engine temperature. Right side is miles per hour and the fuel level. And then right in the middle, currently it is showing miles per hour along with average speed. I can scroll over now to an off-road page, look at pitch and roll, degrees for the steering wheel, and then the drivetrain. So if it's in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. There's some other auxiliaries that you can monitor, even some info for your driving, your fuel, so that way you can monitor all of that. There's audio along with a compass. You can look at speed limit recognition signs, and then all of the driver aids for the forward collision, blind spot, and even the lane keeping assist. Last one is your tire pressure, and then there's various settings that you can go into and configure this as you'd like to. So you can set everything up to your liking, and that is it. So really nice to have all that front and center. Now on the left side, we actually have a lot of controls. There's the tow mode, along with dimmer switches for the gauges, the blind spot, the power outlet in the bed you can turn on and off, along with the cargo light. There's a downhill assist control, traction control, and the rear locking diff. Now right in the middle, good amount of storage space in the center of the dash. And then for the touchscreen system, you have all of these in the lower section or the physical buttons. Either one, you can use them very quickly. So right now, there's your phone, which you can pair as needed. You can go into some information just to set all of this up as needed or to look at all of these icons. There's a shortcut to the audio. You can go into more of that. If we go back to menu, now we can go to the map. So you can pull that up in full screen. There's some other connections along with settings that you can go into and configure as needed. So not a whole lot in it, but it gives you everything that you need on a daily basis, and you even can customize this home screen to pull up what you would like to. So it's very quick and easy to go through. Power and volume for the radio is on this left side, tuning's on the right side. Hazards are just below that. And then for the climate adjustments, fan speed is right in the middle, temperature dials are on both sides along with where you'd like the air to go, and we have some defrosters and different recirc controls. It's laid out well, and again, easy to use. Now this dial here is for the four-wheel drive system, so you have two-wheel drive, 4 high and 4 low. And then this even gets heated seats and a heated steering wheel, which is nice. Some more auxiliaries and the parking sensors, and then a ton of space in front of this shifter. There's also grab handles on both sides. If you're going off-road, you need something to grab onto, you have those available. There's 2 cup holders located to the right of the shifter. And then by putting this into reverse, you'll see the backup camera appear along with a top-down view. Now, like I mentioned earlier, in order to get to that forward-facing camera, you do have to be in 4 low. So in order to do that, we'll have the truck in neutral for everything to engage. You will see that icon on the right there. Once we do that, we can put this into drive, and now we have the forward-facing camera with the camera angles looking at the front tires. So it gives you that added visibility when you are off-road. Extremely, extremely helpful to see. Now behind that, we have the wireless charging pad, along with a little bit of storage for the center armrest. There's even more for the glove box, of course, and then a 12 volt too. Now look at visibility from the driver's seat, super open, so it is extremely easy to see in both directions. And then up top, we have the sunroof with the manual adjusting sunshade, all of the sunroof controls, and then a sunglass holder, which is really convenient to have. And with another acceleration, here we go. not even pedal to the floor, and we're up to speed. So definitely very healthy to get up and move. And now you can see what it's like to be behind the wheel of this $47,000 Pro 4X. Now, interestingly enough, they do offer a Pro 4 or Pro 2X that you can get that's just two-wheel drive. So just to throw that out there, I'm not sure if you just don't need four-wheel drive, you can get that. But with the Pro 4X package, you get all the skid plates, you get the locking rear diff, and I believe that's it. Bilstein suspension, I think, is on the Pro 2X as well. But you get a little bit more off-road capabilities for the Pro 4X, which I am super excited to test out. And again, be sure to check out our off-roading video with this vehicle in its stock form. But for under $50,000, I think the Nissan Frontier is a good competitor for this platform. And like I mentioned, it's the only one with the V6. You can of course tell a good difference in having that NA engine versus some of the turbo hybrids that are available. But I do like how it rides and drives. Very comfortable, really nice interior too. Nothing fancy, but it is nice nonetheless. Plenty of room for your backseat passengers too. It's a good all-around truck if you don't need to jump up to that full-size platform. And over the 1,000 miles that I've put on this truck, I think it's a good overall truck. Like, I really don't have any complaints other than the heavy steering, which you don't realize until the slower speed situations. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this 2023 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. Again, be sure to check out the other videos that we made for this truck while we had it for a week. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.